By the end of my prison sentence, I knew how truly fortunate I was. I had been around women who had suffered and lost so much. A lot of them didn't have family that was supportive. I had a husband who was home taking care of my children. My parents were supportive, my siblings and my community. I knew that I was very fortunate. Well, my family lives in Utah, and I was serving my time at that point in California. So my husband came to pick me up and brought me back to a halfway house in Utah. And when I got to the halfway house, there were things that you just have to navigate. Like you have to get your driver's license. But a lot of people couldn't even get a driver's license because they had all these fines and they didn't have the money to do it. And you also like to get a job. Well, how do you get a job if you can't drive? Well, you can take the bus, but like there's just so many things to navigate. And my sweet dad, my older, he's like in his 70s, would come pick me up and take me to do all those things because my husband's working. And my dad's like, hey, Portia, let's get you your license and we'll get you a car so you can drive to work. And so my dad has this BMW that he wants to bring over to let me drive. And I'm like, Dad, there is just no way that I am going to drive that car because it would be like, I would feel embarrassed at the halfway house. Like there's people that have nothing. So he's like, well, let me find you an older car. So he goes out and looks and he finds this car and it's pretty beat up. It was under $1,000. I think it had crashes on each corner. It had a great big bullet hole in the side. I shared this before. And I'm going to share a picture at the end of the car with the bullet hole because man, did I get the stories that I told about that bullet hole car. Like people would ask, what happened to your car, Louder? And I'm like, oh man, some people started shooting at my dad and he shot through the side of the car. Like there were so many funny stories about the bullet hole. And I drove that bullet hole car for 2 years because when I got home, I was not about trying to spend any money. I was saving. We lost everything. So I wrote my first book. And in fact, I have a picture by the bullet hole car with the book because I was still driving the bullet hole car. But what I learned in prison was that I am so fortunate and blessed to have the things I have.